Welcome to the show. Welcome to the horror show. Fingernails on the keyboard. Leave your heart at the door. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the final show. Fingernails on the keyboard. Leave your heart at the door. The final horror show. Stay fucking running, creeps. I will sit in my basement, making funny faces.
Everybody, welcome to the show. We'll be starting here in just a little bit. Oh, I didn't put the timer on. My dumbass forgot to hit the timer button. Don't worry, it won't be 15 minutes. Probably like 10. So, there is a lot going on. We have a lot that we're going to be doing today. I got some news to go over. We haven't done news in a little bit. I want to clip that out and put it up. I'm going to try to be clipping more of the stuff from the shows and putting them out as solo videos for the rest of the world to see. Because obviously all the creeps that are here obviously know what's going on because you guys watch all the live streams with me and interact, which I greatly appreciate. And we're going into the end of the year. This week we're going to go over some news. We're going to go over the new Carcass Crawler, which I'm excited for. It's an OSR zine. And then next week, I think I'm going to do my top 10. Everyone does top 10s. I haven't done one yet. I think I'm going to do a top 10 of the year for my favorite games and favorite supplements, and I'm going to gather all that stuff up either this week or the next week. Well, next week is Christmas. We'll see what it brings. I have a busy couple of weeks, everybody. Busy. If you have not been a part of the wall yet and you have not joined Breacher's Living Wall and you want to play in some games ran by me, join up. We got a live game tonight with 2 slots left. We currently have 3 playing as I go back into the wall for Song of War, a new sojourn into the Breacher's Wall. I'm excited to run it. We're down 1 player because they unfortunately have to work tonight, but it's okay. We got 3. Before you like to play, let me know. I have pre-gens you can use, or we can quickly make you your own character. Other than that, enjoy the lovely VTT from Alchemy. Version 1 is finally out. They're out of alpha. They're into the real thing. There's a lot of stuff going on with it, and I think we might see some of my work on there sooner than later. This might be my favorite of the songs I've made for Corpse Talk. It's up there. Final girl in this. If you haven't subscribed to Streamloot yet, you get 2 free packs a month. This month, you get Magic in Monsters Marks of Men, or because we're running Aliens Involved, and next week is our holiday special, you have a chance to get yourself cards for that instead. Subscribe over there is a great way to support the stream.
A boiling anger in my voice. When I speak of the day my army will rise. Creeps, ghouls, liches and fiends, crawling out from the digital crypt we built. I don't have a problem with you, but if you can't handle dark humor, then get the fuck out of my chat! This is the part where you leave! This is the part where I scream! This is the part where you leave! This is the part where I scream! This is the part where you leave! This is the part where I scream! This is the part where you leave! This is the part where I... They throw dice like bones in a grave. Left through blood, we're not here to behave. Streaming live from the pit below, where every troll gets a front row show. Creep by creep, we conquer fate. We don't ask for space, we take what bleeds. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I scream. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I... Join the horde or get consumed. Corpse talk's not a safe room!
Just want to say thank you to all the YouTube members who have subscribed and are backing everything they can for EFP. I got some private membership videos will be coming out soon just for you all, and then I'll release the public whenever I deem it worthy for the public to see them. The first one I'm going to be recording is my thoughts on Demiplane. Boy, oh boy. Let me tell you the fire sale I'm going to unleash during this one. Perfect timing for the image. Well, everybody, welcome to Corpse Talk Live, December 10th. We got a lot to go over today. Some fun stuff, some not fun stuff. Then we're going to take a look at something I am excited for, which is I miss zines, I miss magazines. I worked at Walden Books a good chunk of my younger life, and then even a little bit when I moved out here, I was looking for a bookstore. And I miss the magazine rack. I really do. I miss buying a magazine, taking it home and reading it. I miss getting Game Informer. I miss getting Popular Mechanics back in the day. Not the Oprah magazine though. Fuck that craze that happened. If you lived during the Oprah mag craze, you know what I'm talking about. That was a fucking nightmare. But did you know what happens with a magazine at a bookstore? When Todd was here, he could definitely attest to this. He did the same things I did. You tear the cover off and send the cover back for the ones that didn't sell, and you literally throw the magazine away. So I have countless magazines when I was a kid growing up with no covers on them. But I would wrap with a printout of that mag cover on it in black and white. Just tons of them. So when zine culture came around for tabletop, I really got excited because it reminded me of all of the new stuff, all the new things that come out because of Mork Borg and Shadow Dark. We're getting zines again. We're getting things to read. And so the one we're going over today is an OSR style zine, a old school Renaissance, or whatever you want to call it. But we're going to be going over that today. This is a Carcass Crawler 6. I hope they continue doing this. I really miss the ones that MCDM was putting out. Arcadia was fantastic, and I don't know what stopped that from becoming more, like, used more, but they canceled that magazine. I really enjoyed doing it. And really enjoyed reading it, I should say. Not doing it, reading it. So, anyway, we have Carcass Crawler. This is one of the only zines I know about for the Shadow Dark OSR movement. If anyone knows of any other really good OSR, Shadow Dark zines out there, like magazines, not just like, you know, not this stuff, not these. Not this stuff, right? Not these zines. These are great and all, but these are like how to play the game. I want like magazines, and they can be in zine format or they can be full print. Personally, I think you would keep them in zine format for the sake of argument. What else was I going to talk to you guys about? Oh, new journal. So I think I found the journal I'm going to be buying from now on for like just regular home games and stuff like that. I think I finally found it. I own their huge one, right? This is a big boy. I'm a big fan of this. I love that it is dotted, and I can do full 2-page spreads on this, right? And like full adventure, right? This is how Anvil Run started. This is the Anvil Run map that I run for Breachers. And then you can see my Dirty Deeds one in here as well. My 2-page spread for Dirty Deeds. There's a note sheet for damages from when I ran it and things that change when I do the printed version of it. And I really enjoy this for my 2-page spreads. And what I really like is I like their paper. So I picked up, and that's hardback, but I like softback. And this is Lectrum 1917. This one is lined. And at the top, you can see it's got like areas for dates and stuff at the top. Right? Love that. Big fan of this. I've already put notes in here. You can see this is my Living Wall one. So you can see my Living Wall notes start. And oh, it has an area for index, right? Yeah, they're pretty detailed. So I'm left-handed, so my main notes go on this side, and my combat stuff goes here. This is from when we ran Growing Pains, which was the first one. I already wrote up a return to Ridden Mine in case the group wants to go back to Ridden Mine, right? And I have a 2-page thing if they want to go back to that place after they destroyed the undead that was there for our game. And then for today's, for Song of War, I'm working on a new map that I'm probably going to sketch out after this show so I can put it on the table for everything. And this is the Nettled Bowl, which I'm going to be, it's a city that I'm going to probably put together and have ready that's inside the wall. So I picked this up. This is their dotted version in green. I was hoping it was blue, but it's green. I think this is going to be the ones I buy from now on. I like these better than Moleskin. I like the quality of them. I'm tired of buying, like, I'll do journal inserts for, like, my Midori and stuff still, because those are my work journals. And then, the other thing I can show you is I picked up on sale during the Black Friday, out of all things I could buy, I bought more of these to store stuff in. Can I tell you, though, like, I know they go on the shelf this way, and you label them here. I wish this was here. For me. Because I'm not hiding them, I'm facing them out to me. But I have this to put all my journals in that I work regularly in. These are the ones I work regularly in, is these, like, cheap, they're not Midori, there was some knockoff brand. And I stamp the bottom of them and make an index, and I have, from Jet Pens, when I bought some ink from them, they sent me this little comic. So I just kind of glue things into them. It's just the whole idea of, like, slowing down my process. And then all my final stuff goes to digital. But my notes for my game sessions, like, this is all Magic and Monsters. Like, this is everything. This is all the Magic and Monster stuff from episode 0, episode 1, on through. And then the other thing I'm a big fan of using is Post-it notes. I bought some cheap, ugly, fucking bright orange Post-it notes. And I write things on these. And those are the ones I can move from page to page, or if I run out of page in that spread. But normally, it's me moving character stats. So I have these our characters for Magic and Monsters. Right? So this is their notes. And we're up to episode 5. Lies of Lies was the last one I think we did. And we'll be back into Magic and Monsters after the first of the year. But I have tons of notes, tons of note cards. And then what I didn't like is these fucking things don't have a binder in the back. So I made duct tape holders. Because there was none in the back of these books. So, yeah. I have friends with some serious office supply addictions. I do. I am an office supply nerd. I mean, I can't hold this up. Well, here, I can hold the other one. I gotta move something out of it. Can't be public. But you can see this one. These are all the travel ones. This is my game journal, like for gaming, like when I go to cons, right? This one is my work one, my Midori work. This is my passport one for travel. And then this is my pocket one that is, if I'm just running somewhere, this just goes in my pocket. They all have pens in them already. And then this outside one here is my con game one. My NPCs and notes for con games. And this goes in my notes all the time. So, like, I have a lot of them. My Midori ones are my favorites, but great question. That's a really good question. So, I believe in aftermath notes. I have a series that I did a while ago on taking notes during gameplay. And everyone's different, granted, right? Well, let me put this back. Everyone's different. But my whole concept of taking notes was I do bullets and roughs for myself because I know players are going to ruin any plans that you have. And then after I do the bullets and roughs, I only take bullet notes down. And then I go back through afterwards and I do aftermath notes. I leave a huge chunk of my notes in my 2-page panel design to do aftermath notes. And if I need 4 pages, I will. The first page will be like my notes for when I'm running and my monsters and encounters on the other side. And then I'll do a 2-page aftermath note on the other side. And this allows me to take notes around the perimeter or next to the things I did and I do it in another color. I usually do the aftermath notes like right after everyone leaves or we're done with the session. I take like 15 minutes. I don't even take a long time. If you want to do digital, things like Mem, which we'll be looking at later on during one of my design things, I have the ability to do voice notes to it, and it will organize it into bullet points too. So like I can tell it to organize it the way I want. Those are the way I take notes, but I agree, taking notes during a game session is really tough. The other thing that you learn to do as a GM is I pose a question to two players or a player and a player, so they have to talk to each other so that I can take notes while they're talking to each other. And honestly, I walk away from the table a lot. I like to give my players the ability to come up with solutions where they don't think I'm listening. And when I walk away, I'll take notes. That's another trick I have too. Like if I know a combat's coming up and I really want them to be able to plan without me planning in response, I'll do that. But aftermath notes, that's my solution to that. Aftermath notes. For sure. For sure. Aftermath notes. So let's take a look at news. I'm going to record this section to put out. Actually, I think I'm just going to clip this section and put it out. How do I want to do this? Do I have... Hold on here. Let's see if I made a news one. I don't think I did. Let's go over to the work table. We're going to make a news one. I'm going to get rid of Carcass Crawler. We don't want that here yet. Where's my work folder? Hi, Acrobat. We'll get into Carcass Crawler later. So let's pull up my notes here. Yeah, absolutely. If you ever have more questions on that kind of stuff, let me know. Yeah, my Discord, I answer a lot of questions, or on stream, I'll always be happy to answer questions. If you look up journal note-taking for tabletop, I think I did one way back in the day. The other way I do it... Let me grab this. I just bought a new one for Breachers. These kits. I had these out like as an affiliate kit thing before. But I do... This is my travel kit for notes. Here, let me go back to this. This is so stupid. But I do note cards. I have some... These are like ringed small ones for magical item cards. I have a glue stick in here because I use them all the time. And then I have some like token counters. And I have a... I have an old school... like ticker, like if you're at a door, right? For hit points, and I count up to the total hit points. And then people can hear it when they do damage to them. I do this a lot too. It makes people worried. Especially if they do like 10 damage, you only do 5 clicks. They're like, fuck, does it have damage reduction? Kind of fun. I don't use it all the time. And then I use this as the dice tray if I have to. This is my travel box for taking notes. You can see it's been through the ringer, man. Like the bottom's coming off. I need to reglue it. But yes, lots of notes. Lots of notes. And then I recommend organizing them digitally afterwards. But what I want to do here is I quickly need to make a news area, a news one. I thought I had this set up, but I did not. Let me do this. There we go. All right. I'm going to go over to the work table. I'm going to quickly make a news one because I want to record some news. And for those who've not been here for a Wednesday show, I treat this like my OBS recording day, like a studio day. So I'm always happy to answer questions. Obviously, the super chats are on for anyone who has a question and I don't get to it and I miss it in the stream. I always answer super chats as well. So let's see if the Chrome works now. Chrome? Chrome, are you going to open for me, please? If you please. Chrome? There we go. Make sure I got this centered properly. That's pretty good. I can make it a little bigger, though. So this is Canva. I worked in Photoshop for a long time. I'm making my conversion over to Affinity, like a lot of my industry are. But this is where I build everything. You can see this is like the 10 today, and then the Carcass. But I want to make a news one. I'm gonna zoom out here. Where's a news one here? We're gonna do this one. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go like this. Pull this up here, right? And then we're gonna do the 10th. We're gonna news for the 10th. December 10th. I don't have a ton to talk about, but there are some important things that I want to kind of go over for the news today in tabletop. And then this is December 10th, and we'll just download this really quick. We're going to download it as a thumb and a video. What game are you running right now, okay? That you're taking notes on that you find difficult? Because I do say I take different notes for games. Depending on the game I'm running, my notes are not always the same. Oh, coffee, how I love you. Let me put these in the right spot. Corpse Talk, where are you? I have so get to a point to where my folder structure for my shows, while organized, are getting more difficult because I have so many shows. You know what I mean? December 10th news. Let me go back into 5e. Tomb game? Which tomb? Oh, dude. Starfinder? Are you playing second edition? I like second edition more than first edition. Very crunchy game. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just, it is a crunchy game. I also don't prep more than a session ahead because I find that I want to be reactive to my players versus prepping out everything. Oh, no. No, why are you running first? Run second. Second edition's really good. My problem with first edition was how they handled weapons and armor. Every level of players needed new weapons and armor. I did not enjoy that experience as a player or as a GM. I like second edition a lot more, though. I think the action economy works better. And they really cleaned up some problems. Like space combat in Starfinder is also not good. It was originally designed for one-on-one, like Star Trek. And yeah, when they put the game out, they tried to make it Armada-based like Star Wars. And it falls apart as you're trying to track all those actions on ship levels. I don't like it. At all. It pisses me off every time I try to run it. All right, found it. Found what I was doing. It's safe now. It's not fun. Yay, what's up, Scott? Not fun at all. Did you start Starfinder already? Are you already in it to win it? Because if you're already in it to win it, that's a different problem. Fixing that's going to be a little more difficult. A little more difficult. Where's my episode bumpers? Not media. Where's episode? Here we go. I gotta add this to the episode list. Add file. We want to add the news version. It's December 10th. Perfect. Perfect. All right, now we can do this. They chose the pain. Have you started yet? If you haven't started, I would switch to second edition. Oh. Stars Without Numbers is really good. I guess before I dive into what I'm about to do today, let me answer this. What kind of sci-fi are you wanting to run? Are you trying to run high fantasy sci-fi, or are you trying to run like gritty, realistic science fiction, like Traveler? Are you trying to run horror with an IP, like the new Aliens Evolved system? I just did a co-op play with the audience on Monday. Super fun to play Aliens Evolved. Like, what kind of science fiction space are you wanting to run? If you're wanting horror, Mothership is wonderful. Traveler, if you want depth, is really good. I don't think it's as crunchy as it is deep. There's just so many rules for Traveler. I don't think the crunch is really what scares me on that, because it's not nonsensical. It makes sense, and you can use as much of it as you want. So, like, what kind of sci-fi would you like to run is really the question. Lancer's a lot of fun, too. I love me some kaiju. I have my whole own kaiju setting for Cypher System. 100%. Love kaiju. Yeah, Scott, it was Monday night. We played a space trucker. I cut apart Hadley's Hope and did like just a touchdown, like as if Hadley's Hope already took place and someone played it. We touched down and played it afterwards, doing a pickup. And then we just got off planet as a space trucker. Super fun, learning the rules. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. High Adventure. Have you... Oh, yeah, I love all that stuff. That's what my war paint's like. Have you checked out... If you are 5e nuts, I would recommend... Do I have it over here? Hold on. I'm looking for it for you. If you want a Dark Man. I think they're doing a new Kickstarter right now. This is fantastic. If you don't want to run horror and you're not a big horror fan, this is great. I ran Ogre Force doing this. You can find that in my playlist. We did like my ode to Power Rangers version of it. This is really fun if you want something sci-fi. Traveler's really good for sci-fi. Starfinder is fantasy and space, which is nothing wrong with that. But just do second edition. Do yourself a favor, do second edition. What's up, Nick? Yeah, Dark Matter. They're really good company. Coriolis is fantastic, but it's still horror. It's horror. If they're not comfortable with running suspense horror, Coriolis, even the Great Dark, the new one, is definitely on that suspense horror aspect. But it is a wonderful game. The new one, actually, the new one's a little less of it. It's like suspense, but it's not high fantasy. If you want Pink Mohawk high fantasy, Starfinder is a really good set piece for that. It really is. Or Cortex. Star Wars, the Star Wars one from Fantasy Flight Games with the Cortex engine was really good too. Really, really good. Very narrative driven though. So again, this comes down to, do you want crunchy or do you want narrative? But anyway, we're going to get into some news out of the gate today. I'm going to record this section. So let me get our music together for the news section. I'm going to record this. We're going to go over news together. Probably going to use this song. Mute this. End with that. I'm going to start with... Boy. I have two things I'm going to start. I'm going to start with this one. I just had this discussion. Survival horror dungeon delving. Agree. I did a review, actually. Okay, if you want to see a review on Coriolis, I did a deep dive into that. You can find that in the live section of my stuff. I've reviewed a lot of things. So let's get us set up to record this. You're going to see a video play twice, which is this ad. It's going to go to the news one, which is what I want. I'm going to start recording, play the song. Wait for this to pass. Hey everybody, it's December 10th. We're doing some news. I haven't done news in a while here on Corpse Talk Live, and some new stuff has come out. Some things are going to be piss people off, some things that don't. Turn the light up for myself here a little bit. But either way, it's stuff that we should take a look at. So without fucking around, let's go over and look. So everybody, we have a lot of stuff going on in the tabletop industry, specifically for those who are big in the know, but also for those who aren't. This strikes home with me heavily. I just actually had a conversation with some people in the background about this, but Minnesota Game Masters are going pro in building a community thanks to a series like Stranger Things and Critical Role. Interest in gaming have gone from 0 to 60 over the past few years. These experts hope to guide you in your journey. Now, this was on July 30th, and I'm bringing this up now because with the new Stranger Things out, we're seeing a resurgence. So for those who don't know, I'm part of Dragon Sandbox out here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is a paid level 4, come in, learn D&D. We have our own setting called Valroom. We have a wonderful group of GMs that get together, and it is a paid event. Ours is at the Chef's Table, which is this like hobbit hole, hanging silverware chandeliers. Is gorgeous. That's where we run Dragon Sandbox. And once you play enough times, you can upgrade from 4 to 5th and make your own character. Our goal is to give you the whole experience and what I like to call like a handcrafted boutique experience for that table. We try to make sure we make things happen for the people who show up to play. I enjoy it. We've been doing well enough to where we're talking about expanding what we're doing. And this is a great article about it. All these articles will be down below in the video. Either if you're watching it live, I'll add them later, or they will be in the video that goes out in the news version here in probably about 2 days. So you can see the articles that are here. I'll drop it in chat for anyone who's interested in the live show watching to take a look at it. But it's a good article on what's going on. I'm hoping they do a follow-up. They call it Dragons, Dungeons, and Drinks. We have ours. It's called Sandbox. We're moving over to another area, doing things other than D&D out of another bar, helping them at a place called the Mana Tap in Milwaukee. And we're going to be running, I think we're doing Shadow Dark and Vaesen, or Shadow Dark and Daggerheart. Not sure which ones yet. And you can see this is something that's working. People are charging and doing it. And to me, playing D&D and paying for it is like going to the movies, except you get to interact with the movies. And it's not a 2.5 hour Frankenstein from Del Toro. So disappointed. I know a lot of people loved it, but I didn't. Sorry, Bear. Or you can play a 4-hour game and have fun with the community and meet people. So really awesome. I'm excited about what they're doing with this in Minnesota. I would like to interview some of the people from this, so probably going to be reaching out to them sooner than later. Next up, TTRPG Fanatics did their top 10. This was December 2nd. And a lot of these, look, I'll go from the top down. Number 1 for them was Daggerheart. Number 2 is Draw Steel. 3 is Cosmere. I have a lot of thoughts about Cosmere. If anyone in the audience has played Cosmere, let me know. I have a lot of thoughts on it. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I think it's gorgeous. Dolmenwood, I still don't own this. But every person I know who's reviewed it has said that this setting is amazing. Like, really, really good. I have not had a chance to look at it yet, right? Mythic Bastion Lands, I just ran an entire series of actual plays using Mythic Bastion Lands. This is in my top 3 systems right now. Fantastic if you haven't played this. Playing Knights with a three order code that always cycles you back into the gameplay. 72 different Knights that you can roll for. 72 different omens. It's awesome. This will be in mine. Starfinder 2nd Edition, really good book. We're just talking about this in chat today, actually. Something to check out if you haven't yet. Nimble 5. So, Nimble RPG is a really clean, easy version of 5e to play. I need to review this. I still haven't yet because I've been moving away from 5e in general. But I want to at least mention that it is on here. Coriolis the Great Dark, wonderful. I do want to run a Coriolis campaign. That is in my 2026 desire to run a Coriolis the Great Dark campaign. I really do want to. Easily. Land of Eam. Look, a lot of people here on Corpse Talk are Muppet fans and Puppet fans and Felted friends. We missed Dimension 20, Cucumber, but I wanted to run this and I don't know, something about the system wasn't hitting home for me. I think it's a gorgeous box set. I really need a GM to run this for me, to show me where the love of the puppet style of it is at. I wasn't feeling it. But I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous books. This, though, I have not looked at. Call of Cthulhu came out in September. It went under my radar. And I'm interested. I love Cthulhu-esque pieces. But I have not seen this. It's from Modiphius. It's going to be the 2D20 system. My understanding for this, though, when I was looking at it, is it is Roman. Roman-inspired Cthulhu, right? So check this out. This is the book. I don't want the preview here. This looks really cool. And it's supposed to be Cthulhu Rome. Like, I'm kind of inspired by historical... Well, first off, good Cthulhu stuff is almost always historical. But a Roman Empire version of Cthulhu and how things and the machinations of it moved because of the Cthulhu-esque pieces, I think this could be a really fun piece to run, especially if you have some Roman fans. Like, think about all the seers and oracles during the Roman time if Cthulhu was what the cause of all of it was. Really fun set piece, so I am interested in looking more into this. I might reach out to see if I can get a PDF from them to review and take a look through their setting and system. But this is their kind of rundown. If you're interested in this, I agree with you. Nick in chat says, no joke, Mythic Bastion Land should be over the top 3 so far. I agree. Ekjunk Cthulhu, set in Roman times. Yep, that's kind of what I think it's going to be. Like I said, flew over my radar. Dolmenwood should be number 1. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I can't say that. I can't say that because I haven't looked at it. Dolmenwood, if you're listening, send me the copies. I would love to review them and do a deep dive. Maybe do like a week-long series on Dolmenwood and see if it's something that fits what we're doing. And maybe something I could run in the future. Maybe. But really good list. Not all my stuff. Definitely not my order, but I'm interested in Dolmenwood. So reach out, Dolmenwood. Maybe I'll take a look at the stuff. This guy down here. Where is he at? Here? Yeah. Here? Here? No. Here? 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 Yeah. There. This guy. He says number 1. He says number 1. I don't know if I agree. Because I haven't seen it yet. So, on top of that, we have one that's a little on the not so great side, everybody. Not so great side. So, RPG Bench, I've been following along with them since February out of Cornell University. They are evaluating large language models as role-playing game engines, specifically to do solo gameplay. Which, you know what? For solo gameplay, maybe I could see a good large language model helping solo play. But there's a lot of AI data out right now. And a lot of AI stuff in the tabletop community. And I am not going to dive into what Wizards did. You want to look it up, you can. The answer is no shit. It's Cash Bros. Like, how do you not realize that this is what Cash Bros does by now? You knew this was coming. There's plenty of other things to play. That list didn't even have D&D in it. So I'm not going to talk about that. But this other part, Bats, take us back, Bats. A large language model for solo roleplay, kind of a cool idea to act as a judge. I'm interested to see where this study goes, where they're getting their information for the large language models and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. Everyone's like, it's going to put GMs out of business. No. That's not how this goes, guys. Can't put a creative out of business. We're just going to create around what you give us and use it as another tool if you want to succeed. With that said, we do have sad news. Sad news. It's the end of an era. MTV to shutter 5 music channels. The end of 2025. I owned so many MTV shirts growing up. I was a huge MTV fan. I watched it all of my life, 80s and 90s into 2000s. But the MTV Music was a flagship. The video channel, the 80s was the retro, nostalgic hits. 90s throwback pop rock and classics. Club MTV was dance and electronic. And MTV Live, which was performances and concerts. They're shutting them all. declining audience, shifting viewing habits, cost cutting and restructuring at Paramount Global, focus on digital and streaming platforms. It's a sad day for music. They already cut a bunch of the MTV library from the Paramount library. I am sad. I'm saddened by this. So, if you don't own an MTV shirt and you grew up with MTV, get yourself one. Rep the memory. Don't let it die too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, dig out that old MTV music television shirt. I really wish MTV found a way to move to YouTube and found a way to stream full-time, doing live shows on YouTube instead of being a part of cable, or doing it on Twitch. I think that would have been fantastic to see. If I could get the MTV Music brand logo, I would quit everything I'm doing and just do MTV Music. It's such a wonderful brand, but it's an end of an era. So, that's it for news. No more news. That's our news for the day. If you're watching this and you are a fan of the news and what we're doing, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. I can't agree more with what Serving Hands says. I want my MTV. Yeah, I want that. I want my MTV. I will miss it. But this show cannot be done without my lovely patrons. My patrons are the whole way that I can do this, so let's give them a quick shout out before we close out our news. So thank you to these wonderful patrons that make this all possible. That are scrolling on the screen right now. If you're interested in the things that I do, the games I make, the stuff that I create, Patreon is where you're going to find it with these lovely people over here. I'm going to be putting up a lot more throughout 2026 as well. We are currently working on our Breacher stuff. We already have 3 zines out for that, 1 in print. Athontia is making a comeback. You'll see our holiday special on December 15th, Monday at 8 p.m. as we do Tenwick's Carolers, aka Tenwick's Investigations. We're going to be back at our Monday cast that we currently have for Magic and Monsters to do that. And then, of course, I also produce a lot of other things. Right now, Magic and Monsters for Daggerheart. You can find the Living Doc over on my Patreon, along with Athontia's Living Doc and the Defining Moments that are in current development. I also post things on there for my newsletter, the shows, and then you get discounts to things that I do as well. Now, the most important, if you want to play games with me, you can join our Living Wall, which is Breacher's West Marches in Living Play. If you're interested in more in that, you can find posts over on our Patreon, or you can jump into my Discord. Link is somewhere down below, and you can join us there. Until then, stay fucking rotten, creeps. Now, for the live audience, stick around. We're going to continue the show as we go through Carcass Crawlers. Let me stop this recording. I want my MTV, man. I don't blame you. So let's talk. Let's talk about this. I'm gonna pull up my notes for the day. Okay. Let's see here. Me and my corpse talk notes. Do we have a December one? CT Live. Did I do one for December yet? I have not. All right, we're gonna start notes for CT Live. So. Someone was talking about how I take notes, and I'm going to show you the app that I use. I'm a big fan of Mem. I've been using it for a while as a second brain. It does a lot of things that you can't get other places, or at least not as elegant and as clean as this is. They just came out with Mem 2.0. Yes, it's a paid subscription. There is a free version as well, but this is what I use for pretty much everything that I'm doing. So let's check that out really quick. I'll show you what it looks like. So I have it on dark mode right now. You can see all the Wednesday notes and stuff. I just typed / in to pull up my CT Live, and it pulls up my CT Live doc. This gets organized. I have notes here to mark things for today. So I'm just going to put December here, actually, as is for all of December. You can see I have other ones marked. Over here, it pulls up things that you can do for questions and look at stuff. You can do split screen. But I have everything put in connection here. And then this is for today's show. So I'll put today. And now we have an area to put notes that I can put all my notes after the show, aftermath notes of putting things in here. But it also has the ability to record, right? So if I were to put stuff here, I could tell it, let's just try it. Let's try it live. So today we looked at a bunch of different things. I'm going to read off what they are on screen while this is recording. We went through Minnesota Game Masters are going pro and building communities. There's a link for that. We also went through the top 10 games right now according to TTRPG Fanatics. We talked about Cohors, Cthulhu, C-O-H-O-R-S. We're going to go over that as well. We talked about RPG Bench, which is being evaluated by Cornell University in large language models and role-playing. Talked about the death of MTV and shuttering 5 channels. And now if I go back to this, you can see it's recorded all of it, right? I can hit done. And this is me just doing voice notes. I like voice notes. I talk fast. I like to edit my notes afterwards. It's analyzing the voice notes that are in here for me right now. And once it's done analyzing, it will cut things out, and I can tell it what I want to keep and change, right? But I can refine it. And I'm going to say, don't delete skull, emoji, or file, or title. And then it should technically leave those there. I don't know, though, because I haven't fucked with this that much. But I like this for refining for edits. And then you can see it adds it in. And it's like, okay, would you like that? And we can delete these. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. Done. Pretty clean. So I can put titles of the things I need there. This is how I take my notes for shows. So, wanted to at least show that off for everybody. Now, what we're really here to talk about, I'm going to turn off the... Do I have this on right now? Let's turn off the dice cam. We are going to turn this off. Perfect. And we're going to go over to the crawlers. I want to look at crawlers and see what this is. So, MTV died decades ago. It did. They should have reinvented themselves, and they did not. That's the real problem. They didn't reinvent the wheel. They needed to reinvent themselves. So, Carcass Crawlers. Let's talk about what this is. Carcass Crawlers is an official old school essentials zine. Let me get this on screen for you. Old school essentials zine. Big fan of this. This is the 6th one to come out. I've not looked through this one at all today. I just picked it up before the show. I have no idea what we're getting into. I'm excited to see what it is. Let me cut this off a little bit. I see it's not quite pretty. There we go. Now it's prettier. So this is what we're looking at. Old School Essentials, issue 6. Anyone in the audience look through these? I love the art. This is classic. You got a yak sleeping on a dead bear. A bunch of gnomes with red hats. I think these are Spriggans. Looks like there's an axe throwing contest. People rowdy in the back. Whole bunch of fun stuff. And close this player. We're going to open up industrial metal synth. Some music background. It's not too loud. And we can start digging into this. Music, please. Is it playing for you guys? Yep. A little quiet. Turn up the touch. Yeah, the first 3. I have all of them. 5 got good reviews, but it was okay. I didn't hate it. I still read it, just like any magazine. This art's fun, man. Isometric view, someone taking it. Very reminiscent of the 70s style. Yeah, a little bit. So this zine is 36 pages, right? I mean, look, I don't have to use OSR. Oh, hey, look, Adobe Acrobat choking. Can't wait to replace you, Adobe Acrobat. I can't fucking wait. You're gonna get fucking fired. Cannot wait. You have one fucking PDF open and you're not responding. You fucking kidding me right now? You garbage of a program. Absolute garbage. Come on. Get it out of your system here. You got a 36-page zine to look at. You can't handle the truth. You gotta work. I hate this fucking program. I have Sumatra. I have problems with Sumatra too. I used Sumatra for a long time. I don't like the UI for it at all. Yeah, I have a bunch of readers. I need an editor. I need a PDF editor that does a bunch of stuff. I've used Sumatra as a reader before. Not a fan. It's ugly. But you know, it runs. This thing's just beach balling right now. All right, you want to be like this, Acrobat? You want to be like this? No worries, Acrobat. No worries. You know why? You know why I'm not worried? Because I'm going to fucking kill you. Bye. Bye. We'll open you back up. Fucking such a garbage fucking application. Oh, it's getting totally eliminated out of everything I do. There will be no more Acrobat in my future. There will be no... Oh, reopen closed PDFs. No thanks. Just do your job. Yeah, I'm in talks with a couple companies right now that make high-end PDF editors, talking about the lack of things needed for an editor to work within this industry. The problem is the tabletop RPG industry is small in the grand scheme of everything. Let me go to here and continue to scroll back to what we were doing before we were so fucking rudely interrupted. Rudely interrupted. Rudely. All right. So, new classes. Is it going to freeze on this page again? It's freezing on the white page again. Are you kidding me? All right, fine. Fuck you. I have other answers. I'd scrolled through to see if all the art and stuff worked before the show. Totally fine. No problems, right? No problems. None. Worked fine. I was looking through all the PDFs, doing stuff, but nope, doesn't want to work today. So, we're going to cheat. Where's my Acrobat viewer? You get fucked, Acrobat. Fuck you. Such a fucking garbage piece of shit. The fucking I am livid right now. You gotta be fucking kidding me. 2 crashes on a white screen because you can't scroll through a 32-page, 20 megabyte fucking file. Not even 20, 17 meg file. Fuck you, PDF. Fuck you, Acrobat. What was our zines? All right. No. Yes. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you. We're just going to use a different viewer. That's how this is going to work. I'm just going to use a different viewer. Just going to use PDF Gear. Try this out for the show. Right? I have all the tools at the top cut off because they look bad. There we go. What do you think? Do you think this one runs? When in doubt, pivot. That's correct. So anyway, back to what we were trying to do before we were fucking rudely interrupted. Oh, look at scrolls. What? No. No. Inns, taverns, elemental monsters, dwarven classes, and DDs, dungeon mounts, and flora. Ooh. Okay, we're at the white page. We're at the dangerous, uncrossable white plane. Oh, look, it fucking scrolled fine. Adobe. And just so you know, I just tried this on my Surface as well, and it crashed there too, on a totally different PDF. A lot of names in this one. Do we recognize anyone? I know Gavin Norman I've met. Some play testers. Uncle Cummings. Necrotic Gnome and Exalted Funeral. Exalted Funeral, man, does not fuck around right now. Hyperlinks. You got hyperlinks. Love me some hyperlinks. You guys know that. Hyperlink drink indeed. Let's see here. Can I pick the style? Fit with. Yes, there's a fit with. All right, table of contents. Fun art. Serving hands. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? I see a bat. In honor of the riding bat. Right? So I've not used this very much. I want to go to tools here. I want to be able to write and highlight. So these are pages, forms, edit, text edit, link, attachment, watermark, page number, header, stamp, signature, ink, hide, manage comments, area highlight. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it's a box? Ooh, that's sexy. Can I draw, though, if I don't want area? Is there, like, line highlights? Strike through, underline, highlight. Nice. Okay. A bat life in real life? I would love a bat mount in real life. That would be fucking hot. That would be hot. So what we got in this issue? Character classes. Oh, that makes me so happy. We have been playing a lot of Mines of Moria, Return to Moria, and there's a dwarven. That's awesome. That is awesome. Can you, I wonder if I can I like change the opacity level of this? Because usually you can, I was looking for like an opacity. Although this area highlight tool is fly. Look at this. I dig this. This area highlight is even better. Dwarven Runesmith, a demi-human class focused on forge craft and secret arts. Deities and cults. 3 examples of deities flavored by dwarf adventurers. 1 lawful, 1 neutral, 1 chaotic. Each deity is described along with the details of their cults and their spells and tenets. For clerical casting. I like all that. Beard is unruly today. Speaking of dwarven life. Inns and taverns, 4 examples established to drop into any setting. Each detailed with price list, proprietors, and possible happenings. I love that. New tavern games, simple rules for 3 common tavern games, along with guidelines for contests of strength, wit, and more. Dungeon flora, weird plants and fungi that thrive in the mythic underworld. Dude, Nick, I feel like this is right in line with your setting, all of this stuff. This might be the actual Carcass Crawler that you need. You know what I mean? Dungeon mounts, 4 subterranean creatures that can be captured in dungeons and trained as specialized underground mounts. Elemental monsters, 8 new monsters themed around elemental planes. And then the Tavern Elemental Evil, a short adventure set beneath the tavern, a long-forgotten workshop of an order of runesmiths now overrun by wayward elementals. Necroticgnome.com. This is pretty cool. So, okay, so Nick, I know you say you don't run a lot of OSR, but we both are running a decent amount of Shadow Dark in our lives right now. Don't you feel that the OSR stuff converts pretty well? Like, don't you feel that it has kind of a home? Like it's set to be used? Because I feel like it converts pretty fucking easy to me. I thought that was your whole setting. Underdark world area was the whole setting. Right, but do you consider Shadowdark OSE? What OSE OSR? What is the difference to you? That's probably a better question while we're going through this. Demi-Hune, con and strength, prime requisite, hit die 8, combat aptitude martial, armor, leather chain. Like the only thing that would get cut out of here is these. This here is the only thing that would really get cut. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I think you would cut. That's it. Yeah, OSE is the system, but I'm saying, don't you think OSE is very close to Shadowdark? Like, we would not have to convert much for this, right? For the Brewmaster. Ale, then there's the ale that's involved. OSE for further details. I feel like it's convertible. Divide by 10 for gold conversions. That's a good note. I did not realize that's what it was. Oh, because you're right, because this is like 500 for Blood Mountain. For gold, really, it would be 50. Okay. Because these are high price points. All right. And then this too, like this XP, like this would get changed, right? We would ditch this. We would ditch the hit die, THAC0, actually this whole thing would go away. We'd have to make a talent table. I guess it doesn't convert 100%. We would have to make a talent table for these abilities. Definitely convertible though. Oh my god. When Drunk Referee's Judgment, a Brewmaster gains a D4 bonus hit points and +1 to melee damage. That's fun. This roll increases at 2d4 and +2 at 4th, and then 3d4 +3 at 8th. I could definitely gut this into a Brewmaster class for Shadowdark. Really, Nick, what I'm hearing is we need a Shadowdark zine. Yeah. Drunken Fighting. That's right, Serving Hands. Drunken Fighting. Yeah, I mean, they get Drunken Fighting, Infravision. They get Ingested Poison Resistance. They get Listening at Doors. 2 in 6 chance of hearing noises. I got to be honest. I don't know about you, Nick. I kind of miss this ruling. I don't know about you. Can I make this a better color? Maybe I can do it here. That's better. But I think I miss this the most. It's kind of fun. After 9th level Dwarven Brewmaster may construct a special alchemical brewery at the heart of a stronghold. This allows the characters to research new special brew recipes, including guidelines for spell research. See magical research. When the alchemical brewery is complete, 1d6 first level brewmasters arrive to train under the character. I like that. I think, Nick, it could be a good idea. I have a lot of time in zines. I would do quarterly. I think to get everybody into what it is, I would probably do quarterly. I would design 12 different sections you could rotate over those quarters. Do a simple 2-column format. Thorgan the Drunk and Horgen the Rune Master. Yeah. I like the art. So, Dwarven Runesmith. Typical no skills and magical use. The wondrous magical armaments of the smiths are legendary. Masters of the ancient secret tradition. Dwarven runesmiths wield magic by binding it into runes of power. Prerequisite: a dwarven runesmith must be at least 13 strength and int. Gains a 5% bonus to experience. A dwarven runesmith with a strength of at least 16 and an int at least 17 receives 10% experience bonus. I have some strong thoughts on Shadowdark 2. I would love to have some classes locked behind stat requirements. And hear me out. It's because classes give you stat bonuses. I feel like it would be cool if maybe not even class, but a talent that is locked behind a stat requirement that would allow you to get new talents or replace talents on your class talent table would be a really fun mechanic. So, like, for example, if you're a fighter, actually no, we'll do fighter. Let's say you're a fighter and you want drunken brawling. You could replace the talent in the XX slot in fighter with that talent if you have XX stat. I think that'd be a really fun way to unlock new things for Shadowdark. Someone who really enjoys Shadowdark a lot, and I've spent a lot of time in it over the last 2 years. Magical armaments, 25% of it's a lot of percentages in this game, in the OSE stuff. Chainmail 4 months, 8,000 gold. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! I mean, I guess it's magical. Forge constructs costs see strongholds in OSE. Okay. So what's the... Oh, here it is. 5th level, +1 magic armor weapon, 8th, +2, 10th, +3. That's okay. That's pretty dope. And they get listening at doors as well. Different experience chart. I do miss some old school gaming. I haven't played 2nd edition in a long time. I've been thinking about running some Hyperborea. Again, I love Hyperborea. It's such a gorgeous book. It's like a dwarven rune magic. Learning new runes, carving runes. A runesmith must perform a special ritual to carve a rune and an object and imbue it with magic. Once carved, the rune glows with a magical energy. When its power is expended, the rune dims, becoming a mere carved pattern. Restriction. Carved runes require a simple tool, such as a dagger and object. Okay, so you can carve runes. Cool. And then they have all their different runes of power. Well, I love that they did art for them. Allie would love this stuff. These are really fun. Like, really fun. One sheet too, man. Just a one sheet rune. Rune of someone, I'm telling you what, man. The person who wrote this person is playing Return to Moria. Serving Hands, you've been playing it. Look at this. Rune of Alarm, you know, when orcs are around you. Rune of Ale, carved in a rim of a goblet or a horn or a bowl, liquid bearing vessel. If poison, rotten, contaminated liquid placed in the vessel, it evaporates into black smoke. Rune of Finding, Rune of Healing, Rune of... This feels like Return to Moria. Very cool. Rune of Thundering, that's in Moria. Rune of Slaying, that's in Moria. I'm just saying Inspiration. And then we got some new deities. These are almost 1-for-1, because it's the 3 alignments. Right? I gotta say, I enjoy the 3 alignments of OSE and Shadowdark. I like the lawful, chaotic, and evil. Just keeping it really simple for like what things are. Yeah, you don't have to playtest everything, Nick. I don't think all materials need playtest by you. I think you give it to an audience to playtest it. You know what I mean? And also, if you write within parameters and you know the base parameters of what comes out at a level in Shadowdark, you can write it. Also, balance is not as big of a thing in Shadowdark as it is in things like Pathfinder. There's guidelines to like your monster encounters, but they don't match identically. I do miss this though. I miss when gods give you powers. My favorite second edition book, if I can find it here, hold on, was Faiths and Pantheons from Forgotten Realms. This is by far, I think, my favorite book of all times for Forgotten Realms. This book here. Faith and Pantheons brought stuff to clerics that I feel like was missing for games. You know what I mean? This was such a good book. I also love the old Forgotten Realms stuff and how it all matched like that. But anyway, I digress. I think that's a really fun piece. So we got Rich God, Worshippers, Alternative Spells, Marks of Servitude, Spells of Asceta. Oh, cool. New spells. We'd have to convert these to tiers, but I like it. What does this do? Vault Pockets? A specifically constructed garment woven with gold and with at least a dozen small pockets sewn in. Is enchanted to increase the capacity of the pockets. Weight reduction. The pockets can collectively hold 1,000 coins or the equivalent weight in precious materials, if only 100 coins. The pockets show no visible bulge, even when completely full. Restrictions. Item larger than 1 cubic foot cannot be placed in the pockets. At the end of the spell duration, if any items remain in the pockets, the wearer of the garment must make a save or a spell. On success, the items are dumped at the wearer's feet. On failure, the items vanish, lost into an alternate dimension. This is cool. I could see this for Shadowdark, where you enchant a vest that you're wearing that's got like 5 or 6 pockets on it, and each one allows them to hold, is it 10 or 100 coins in Shadowdark that count as a slot? You know what I mean? And that 10 or 100 coins that count as a slot could be used for that. That could be cool. I like this. I like the secret chest too. That's also very cool. Lord of Crushing Earth. Alternative Spells. Marks of Servitude. Of Barg. 100 gold. Yeah, I thought it was 100. For one slot, right? What did they decide on gems? Are they gems 1 for 1? Did they ever decide? Ooh, I like this art though. That's dope looking. What is this god though? This one is Spells of Barg. God of evil earth, creatures, subterranean doom, and crushing earth. Okay. And then this one is Goddess of shield, subterranean fortifications. Oh, this is cool. I like this. To a woman with red hair and wrathful expression wears a horned helm and shining mail engraved with runes of protection. I like this art. Cool. Void recycling guaranteed. Gems is gold value, so 100 gold is 1 gem slot. Okay, gotcha. So if a gem's worth 200 gold, it takes 2 slots because it's that big. Is that official? Inns and taverns. Pikes. Modest 2-story halfling-owned inn, dark and homey, stained with tobacco smoke and oil of 1,000 roast ducks. Though it's secretly a front for a guild of aging halfling assassins, the staff bringing an uncompromising sense of craft and the hospitality that makes Pikes a hidden gem in spite of itself. Cornucopia. I love this. Cornucopia, that's an argument for Fruit of Loom. It's Cornucopia on Fruit of a Loom. Happenings, D3. Services, Private Room. Brandy Brook Ale. Phantomin Gin, Whole Roast Duck. After Happening, number 1, the Pikesman Hireling. Contract assassination, not advertised, 500 gold. Then you got the Morning Star. Private room, captain's chamber, not available. A beach sailing ship converted into a permanent habitation. Cold and creaky. I love this. This is great. The Goddess of Mercy. Drawing drow in black and white has always been an odd endeavor. If that is a drow. Spider stuff in it. Okay. Wing statue. Cool. The Resounding Clang. They put a lot of breweries in here. This is actually kind of cool. That was a lot of breweries. Oh, contest. So we got Axe Jack. Hector Poker. Warg Bite. What's Warg Bite? Simple betting game played with 3 dodecahedrons, D12s to begin. Each player places an agreed upon ante in the pot. Playing proceeds around the table. On the player's turn, they roll 2d12. Then they wager the amount of coin between 0 and the pot total, whether a third roll of a d12 will fall in between the values of the first 2. Cool. Community gave Drow a decent shot. It's true. Oh, community. Dungeon Flora. This is actually what I was here for, was the Dungeon Flora. Action Ivy, Blood Horns, Custards, Dark Horns, Hollow Bones, Grave Moss, fried eggs, rubbery white fungus pocked with ochre bubbles. They look like egg yolks, oozes in great masses from dungeon ceilings. The yolks are delicious and nourishing. The 10 by 10 area yields 1 fresh ration, 1 turn to gather, but notoriously gassy. Look at all these are great. These are fun little, like, flora pieces. Night tomatoes, blackthorn ivy that clambers over dungeon walls, bearing delectable obsidian fruits, 1d8 fruits in a 10 by 10 area. Eating the fruit restores 1 hit point and turns the character's eyes misty black for 1d3 hours. There's also a 1 in 10 chance of becoming addicted, eating a fruit daily, or suffer a -2 attack penalty to save throws. Cool. Here's the dungeon mounts. Cave Flyer, Feral Psychopaths of the Insect World, Cave Grub, a Giant Mole. These are their three flyers. They got a Cave Grub, a Cave Mole, a Goliath Ant, and a Grizzly Bat. What is a Grizzly Bat? A winged, woolly mammals with 15-foot wingspans, large, loyal, and intelligent, capable of carrying small riders and using echolocation to navigate in the dark. Echolocation unaffected by effects that impair, modify, rely on sight. Blinded by magical silence. Okay, makes sense. Flying mounts, grizzly bats can carry small riders, halflings, and gnomes. Riders must be unencumbered, no metal armor or heavy packs. Grizzly bats hang upside down from cave ceilings. Big eaters. The active grizzly bat requires 50 pounds of meat a day. Holy shit. That thing might have to go hunting in the wall. Is it capable of hunting by itself? I mean, it does some damage. 14 hit points. D6 bite. Pretty cool. I like the Goliath Ant too. These are great add-ons. Then they have some accessories. Ant Pheromone. So basically, can let you command them. Barding, Saddle and Bridle. Saddlebags holds a 500 coins. Nice. New elemental monsters. A Fire Slug. A Chrysalisk. Ice Elemental. Magma Worm. A Smoke Elemental. This looks like a coloring book, doesn't it? A Mud Elemental. These are great art pieces. Really detailed, like line art. Spark Wisp. This is a great art piece. You can kind of see the face in it here. You know what I mean? Let's see my ink. Hold on here. So you can see like the face here in it. A little too big. That's cool. Steam Elemental. So this is the Steam Elemental. This is the Spark Wisp. That's awesome. Maintain damage, immunity, only harmed by magic and magic weapons. And we got a map. Now here's the question. Are these hyperlinks? No, they're not hyperlinks. Tavern of Elemental Evil. The irony. Nice little page dungeon. I like the bright pink notes. I know Nick and I have talked about game design and adventure layout a lot. I was really hoping we get another Shadow Dark game jam that I could do reviews on again. But I haven't seen a big one kind of come out yet. Maybe with Baron back. Baron DeRoth has come back to YouTube. Maybe we'll get another one of his. Oh, no, not a white page. Oh, we're fine. Carcass Crawler, an old school essential zine. Each issue of Carcass Crawler is packed with new content, your old school essential games, including character classes, race, spells, and magical items. This is a good fucking book, dude. I think the PDF was like $7. Like, this is solid. Really solid piece. I'm actually pretty impressed by this. I did pick up one more thing that I'm going to glance at. I don't think I'm going to go over it all today. Oh, we're already at 5. I got to prep for our game tonight. Do some final prepping. I kind of want to look at this, though. Now, we'll take a look. Hold on. We'll take a look at it. Let's see here. West Marches. An open PDF gear. Oh, it's going to make me do this? Can't, like... I can't, like... put this in there? That's lame. Hold on. This is the problem with this one. When you're screen capping... an app, you have to go and manually switch what you're screen capping unless they're in the same window, and this doesn't let me nest the windows for the PDFs. Very annoying, so I can't swap back and forth, so it doesn't have tabbing, and I need tabbing, which is why I've been using Sterling a lot, but Sterling is changing their back end, which should be done in 2 weeks, because hyperlinking wasn't working. But anyway, I picked up Game Master Workbook for West Marches. Since I'm running a West Marches style game, I have the other one from this gentleman, and I wanted to see what exactly this is. It's a 57-page book. I'm not going to dive through all of this. This workbook is your companion to West Marches guide, because I have a lot of like anti-West Marches methodology. Like, I like some of it and dislike other parts of it. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Keep it close during play, log what matters, update between sessions, make it yours. Yeah, that's what I do. Campaign overview, player roster, home base, the world, locations, factions. So I think this might just be a fill me out book. I was hoping for something else. Oh, it is, but it is hyperlinked. Or not hyperlinked, but form fill. Okay, this is nice. I don't need this. This is a very cool little book. Look at this shit. Wow, how many West Marches? I mean, they got to give you at least 20. 12? Okay. Our home base, so for like Breachers, it's Everpeak, the district of Everpeak. That's our home base. We have all these notable informations already in the book. For those who haven't seen West Marches games and what I have been doing, just so you guys can see this. Dog walk. Cool. So here, check this out. So this is our West Marches setup that I'm using. You can see the characters that are in the games, right? the adventures that we ran. So we already did Growing Pains, and then this tonight is Song of War. And you can see the full write-up for Song of War, and it has the link for like where you go get your tickets to play. But the world, it lets me update the world. It has the Breachers and why I made it. It has the Crimson Wall. This is inside the wall where we have marked places that we've already went, and they tell you it's a soldier camp, it's a Sting Bats area, it's a mine with Skeleton Horde, which we fought before. And when you scroll down, it has a Crimson Wall phases for how to do it. It has rules for rations and torches for myself, just to remind myself while I'm playing. But I can even make each one of these into its own piece over here if I want, which is pretty cool. And you can see them, like if I go to edit this, if I edit the wiki editor and I go into the Crimson Wall, you can see that these are move pin, edit pin, delete pins. And I can add more. And then down here, they just say what they are. And you can write more notes. But you can link them to pages, which I thought was pretty cool. So we go back to the view page. You got the Barony of Everpeak. This is the map for that. And you can see A through J or wherever it is. And these are the people that are there. And then these are for the GM, rumors in Everpeak, and then humans in Everpeak and who they are. For the locations, just so the GM has notes, right? Players can't see that, but we can. I can. And then we got the major NPCs of Everpeak. And now I can only scroll part of the way on this. I can scroll to here. So I don't want to ruin anything. But this is all the different NPCs. And we added the new Garrett Lear. He is the chandelier and candle maker. If you bought any of the gate tickets to play in Breachers, you got the glow-in-the-dark flint to help you light your stuff in the dark, which is dope. So the reason I picked this up is I was hoping this would have more for me to learn from, but this, I guess, is just a way to record the world, which I don't need. It's cool, but I don't need it. This is what I was looking for at all. At all. There's some good general notes in here, though, for like what you should do as a GM running a West Marches style game, what locations are. I have all my locations written down. I'm putting them all in the back end of our website as well, so I can showcase them as we get to them, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, all right, this is cool. This isn't what I thought it would be. I was really hoping for more. Let me just kind of slide this a little quicker. So I got like event triggers. That's kind of cool. What's this? Track the people and powers behind stuff. I think if you were running an in-person one, this would be a pretty good PDF. I like the art, though. Oh, this pointillism. This is fun. That's really fun. And he's got it broken down by rumors and different things. This is all stuff that you learn running Shadowdark, too. You got 1 through 7, 1 through 10 rumors that you can add. Then they have quests that are active. I'm going to be putting quests up soon on the quest board that you can choose to go in and do. And the audience, or the players, can just pick what they want to play. Because I've been putting hooks out right now to get us going. But after I have a couple of hooks out, players are going to be able to pick what they want to go do. For our West Marches for Living Wall, for Preshow Living Wall. Lots of session notes. It is what it is. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. It's okay. But not what I wanted. Wasn't worth what I needed. I think this would be good for somebody at home. You know what I mean? I think that would be good for somebody at home. So, overall, the other one, I think the Carcass Crawler was good. It just makes me realize how much I want a Shadowdark zine. I don't think anyone's making a Shadowdark zine. And I feel like that's something that maybe I might look at in the future. I think it'd be kind of fun to produce. It's just time consuming. And I would have to have a partner in making one that would be like free setup layout. We can really pump things in and get them done. Bring people on to write for it. But it would be fun to put out a Shadowdark zine. I don't think one exists. If anyone knows of Shadowdark zine, in the comments down below, put one. Or if you're interested in a Shadowdark zine, down in the comments in the live, or if you're watching this as the video that comes out later, put it there. I just don't know how much I feel. I don't know how much I would have time to make one unless the interest is high enough. Unless the interest is high enough. But that's it, I think, for us today. A little shorter EFP, but I have a game tonight. I'm going to be running a Breacher's Living Wall here at 8 p.m. If somebody's still interested in signing up, we do have pre-gens that are available. You can get the gate tickets over on the Eric Frankhouse Presents site under the merch section. You can get yourself a gate ticket to come play with us. It's about a 3 to 4 hour game session. It starts at 8 p.m. CST. If you're interested in Breachers, this is a way to get into this. You know, playing the game. If not, no big deal. I do recaps. I'm going to be putting them here. I'll also be putting recaps out for our Breacher community here once a month. I'm going to be putting out, probably at the end of December, our first couple of adventures, how our sojourns went, which is what they're called in Breachers, and go from there. But that's it for EFP, well, Corpse Talk Live. If you're interested in seeing me review anything, put it down below. I love reviewing and looking through things. Just, I want to make sure I'm making and reviewing things that are good for you. Thanks for the great question earlier today about how I take my notes. You might see me put a video out to kind of help with that. If you haven't liked and subscribed, you know the routine. There's going to be stuff here and here at the end of this video. Probably the new Aliens co-op that I did on Monday for you to watch. Then a little circle to subscribe. That's it for me. Have a great one. Stay fucking rotten. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Co-op Breachers at 3:30 p.m. See you guys later.